I'm Jack Redding, professional mountain biker racing World Cup Downhill and World Enduro Series events. Let's go with my 2019 race season. Come on in. Sink, hobs, oven, fridge. And under this chair we've got boiler for hot air, provide us with hot water. We've got a shower point out there. Never been scared of a shower in the pits. The boudoir. Nice double bed, memory foam mattress. Cut you up nice in here. Some cupboards to keep various bits of miscellaneous inside. And then through here we've got the garage where all the cool stuff lives. So we've got some lights back here so we can see what's going on. So this is where we'll keep the bikes and all the pits set up. It's looking good. Shout out to my dad, he's done all the work. Amazing job. I certainly couldn't have done it. I haven't got the skill or the patience, as anyone will tell you. Nice headboard, so that if we open the back doors and it's raining and we need to get stuff out of the garage, the bedroom stays separated. We'll get it loaded, about to head down to Spain and Portugal to do some training, get away from the bad weather, so we'll see if everything fits in. So we've got the van full and we're on the road. It's 7:30 at night and we are driving to Spain. Long way back down, isn't it?
It is.
We're going to do it in a wanna because we've got the camper so we can take it in turns, so we will check back in down the road. 9:30 in the morning, we got into France at about 3 o'clock in the morning. I drove until about 6. It was quite quiet, but the weather was horrible, wasn't it, Albert? Sarah's had a sleep overnight and she's on the move now. She's going to do some driving. Alright, babe. Yeah. Cracking on. How are you doing at home? Oh dear. So I think I'm going to go get some more sleep. It was a long way, but eventually we made it and I was excited to ride. So we've driven 32 hours and this is why. Seen some stuff online about this track. Looks steep, well built. Can't wait to ride it. Gonna have a wander down, see what it looks like. Albus, ready? I think Albus is riding it better than I will. That is a big old step down. Fresh berm. Looks fucking amazing. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, so good. Albus, look at it. Some people are probably wondering why I'd drive all the way to Spain and Portugal for 2 weeks riding rather than staying at home. This track just looks absolutely unreal. It's well built, steep, features, it's not piss wet, it's not freezing cold. Got a load of other tracks close by that we can get to, so it's going to be a really good 2 weeks on the downhill bike. Do some trail riding as well. Oh, this looks amazing. Think, Albus? Is it good? It just looks so good. What are you doing in there? Ooh. Got ourselves a big old road gap. Right. 2, 3, 4. At 9 meters. Big.
Jesus Christ!
So we've had an awesome time at Troquiland up in Spain. We've driven down last night to Bike Park Ponta de Lima in Portugal. This place is really fast and rocky. Get the bike feeling good and all this stuff. Yeah, Albus. It's a nice thing about coming down here. Trails are pretty dry, weather's nice. Oh, I don't think you can come, it's a bit rocky. This section's got more spice than Nando's hot sauce. Oh my god, cased it! Whoa! Don't case this one. Oh! Woo! What a day! Shout out to Bike Park Ponta de Lima, that has been unreal. Buzzed on that. So after 4 really good days training on the downhill bike, gonna have some chill time. Where are we then? I remember where we are. Piana do Castello. Gonna have a few days chilling, going to see my mate Mark in Agadir. Hit the gym a bit, rest up, ready for a race this weekend. The training camp in Spain and Portugal was really good. 4 solid days on the downhill bike. After that we trucked down to Agadir. A mate of mine from back home, Mark McClure, who owns a company called Trail Tools, lives down there. Me and Mark go way back and he's now one of my sponsors. Whenever I'm in the area, it's always really cool to stop in with Mark and see him. As well as having a catch up, it's also a really good opportunity to get the bike sorted out. I damaged some stuff on the training camp, so it was a good opportunity to get some fresh wheels built up, give the bike a full check over and make sure we're running good ahead of the race at Loser. So it's pretty important on a 2-week trip like this to make sure I keep doing what I would normally do at home to stay in shape, ready for the races. So in this kind of rest period, I've also been coming down and do some gym work. I went and met the guys down at CrossFit AGD in Adiga. They were absolutely awesome, really good to me. They let me use an area at the back of the gym to carry on with my normal program so that I could stay in shape during this period between a training camp and a race. It's really important to stick with what you would normally be doing. Keep that gym work going, keep that strength up, otherwise if you just ride the bike you'll deplete. When I get to a race I'm in a slightly different position to the pros that I race against. As I run my own world setup, I've got a lot of responsibilities to deal with other than just riding. So the first one of those is getting the pit set up. Got a big tent to put up, we've got to fit the banner so that we're advertising all the sponsor logos. On this trip I had Joe with me, who's one of Mark's employees, so it was really handy having him help out and make sure we could get everything done in time. Then I've got time to get up and walk the track and make sure the bike's ready so we can have a good weekend. Something I take really seriously is bike preparation, especially after a 5-day training camp like I had before I arrived in Loser. So I went over the whole bike, made sure everything was working properly, made sure I haven't damaged anything. I slid in some fresh suspension from SR Suntour for the race weekend. I had some fresh tyres from Schwalbe, make sure the Procore's working properly. Just go over the whole bike and make sure it's ready for a good weekend. So we've got ourselves to Loser and we're having a walk down the track. It is super, super dry. Nice low takeoffs there to keep the bike down. Get some speed up along here, you just got to watch for the crosswind. Fast down there into a powdery corner that's going to have some very large holes in it by 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Oh, look at these burns. So we've finished walking the section I've never seen before. I think it looks good. I actually think it looks better than the way I've ridden before, so pretty pleased about that. And we're now back onto the famous World Cup line. This is the road gap. A decent drop straight into a turn. Huge Albus size holes in it. So we're out into the open. Fast and loose. Try and jump off there, and then there's, as Sarah's demonstrating, a tricky off-camber ditch, and then more off-camber down there, so we can see what it looks like. Drifting down and up, like the off-camber, and then into a new wide. Oh, we're thinking full inside. Nice transition exit. Whether you can hold it though, if not, you're gonna have to deal with this little cliff. Albus is doing a little bit of trail maintenance for us in the wrong place. Cheers, bud. That's it. You dig away any kind of support we had. Thank you. Yeah, go on. George is on the inside one, gives you a better exit into the next section. And then Albus is on the outside rut, probably a faster entrance into it, carry more speed round. However, you've got a wiggle at the end, so we're going to ride both and see what goes on. So this last section in the woods is pretty gnarly. It's had some traffic, so it's got some big holes. So we've got a few line choices, including this big hole into this really tricky left. There is an inside there. So pretty intimidating section, that one. I'm not really sure where we're going to go. We need to put some wheels down it before we decide. But either way, it's definitely going to be fun. So there we have it. Portugal Cup track here at Loser for their third national round of the year. Buzzing for it. Yeah, boys. I've done 3 practice runs this morning. The track is pretty wild. Struggling to find any flow and a crash, but I think that's all part of it when it's this dry. Just hanging out at the pits, a bit of chill time. Been doing some work to get the bike feeling right. The last run was definitely my best one, so I'm gonna head up in a minute and do another practice run before lunch. Chilling. Setup looking strong. Everything we need, thanks to these guys. Sarah's sunning herself. Happy. Woo! That was wild. So the first day of practice went well. It was a tough start. I had a crash. The track was so dry and loose. But, you know, I got into it, and by the end of the day I'd done 7 runs and I put a really good time down. So after practice it's time to head back to the pits, get the bike clean, give it a check over, make sure everything's running well so that we can go into the next day feeling confident and ready to smash it. Because I haven't got my own mechanic, all this stuff is kind of my responsibility. So if I can get it done in time, it's nice to get up the track and do a track walk. Throughout practice the track gets pretty torn up, so it's nice to see what's changed, ready for the next morning. Again. Rider bro. Woo! What the fuck? Thanks, brother.
Yeah, lads! E acho pior, temos tipo Rufino. Mas atenção, porque vem para o melhor tempo! Jack Reading! One Vision! Global Racing! Estou mais rápidos que Jack Reading. Vamos ver se consegue. 166!
It's by far the best hot seat.
So what a great trip, and it was finished with a really good race result. Huge thanks to everyone who helped us out. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you for episode 2.